Hi guys! Today we're going to be talking about time. Why the heck is it countable and uncountable? Well, that's just English. What do you already know? It's always a good idea to ask yourself this question. Look at these two questions. How many times do you check your phone a day? How much time do you spend online a day? Think about a similar question that you can ask. What's another way of asking these questions? Well, I have two options here. How many hours and how often? How many times is asking you how often. How much time is asking you how many hours. Or if you don't spend that much time online, how many minutes? So what do you already know? Look at the two questions. How many times do you check your phone a day? How much time do you spend online a day? What is a similar question? What's another way of asking for the same information? I have two options here. How many hours and how often? So what's the similar way of asking this question? Well, how many times is asking you how often? How much time is asking how many hours? Got it? Let's check. So I'm going to put up some answers. See if you can match the answers to the questions. The answers are A, about 3 hours, and B, about 30 times. Think you've got it? Let's see if you were right. About 3 hours. This answers the question, how much time do you spend online a day? About 30 times. Ask the question, how often? Oh my God. Why? What the heck is going on here? No worries. Let's break it down. So one thing that learners tend to do is memorize sentences, or in this case, questions and answers. And that's okay. But it also might be helpful to understand how these sentences or how these phrases are a bit different. So let's look at some questions and answers. How many times do you go to the gym a week? 3 or 4 times a week. Not really. How many times do you eat out a month? Maybe once or twice. Do you know how many times you blink a minute? About 15 to 20. Compare them with these questions and answers. How much time do you spend at the gym a week? Maybe 5 or 6 hours. How much time do you waste cooking each day? 45 minutes to an hour. Do you know how much time you spend with your eyes closed each day? Around 30 minutes, depending on how many hours you sleep. So, can you see how they're different? It has to do with the type of noun time is in each sentence. If you're quick, you might have already noticed what I was able to leave out. I was able to leave out a word. Why was I able to leave out a word? If you look at number 3, I didn't say 15 to 20 times. I just said the number. why is this? Well, you can also notice that the questions number 1 to number 3, I also used how many. That gives you a hint to what type of noun time is in these questions. And if you look at A to C, they're all how much. So, what is going on here? Well, the difference is in numbers 1 to number 3, we're using time as a countable noun. But in questions A to C, we're using it as an uncountable noun. For how many times, you can answer words like once or one time, and these two words and phrases have the same meaning. You can say twice or 2 times. You can say thrice, which is much more common in British English, very uncommon in Canadian and American English. I'm not going to comment on Australian English. After thrice, we don't have a single word anymore. We have to switch only to 4 times, 5 times, and we can also use other phrases like a lot of times or a buttload of times. For how much time, we use different phrases. For example, a tenth of a second, 15 minutes, 3 hours, 2 days, 3 weeks, 6 months, 20 years. For how much, we always give our number plus our measurement of time. How you measure time is up to you. Let's play a game. Is it countable or uncountable? Listen to the sentence. Is this a countable or an uncountable use of time? I waste a lot of time staring at my phone. Did you get it? You can pause it if you need to think about it or go back and listen again. I waste a lot of time staring at my phone is correct. Uncountable. Bob had to kill time at the dentist yesterday. Yes, you're correct. It is also uncountable. Bob usually brushes his teeth 3 times a day. This one is countable. Bob and Bobette spent some time at the beach the other day. Uncountable. Bob checks his phone over 10 times an hour. Countable. Bob has only crashed his car 1 time. Are you sure? It is countable. I visited England 2 or 3 times. Countable. My favorite way of passing time is reading. And this is uncountable. That's it for this video on how to use time as a countable and uncountable noun. Questions, comments, concerns? Let me know. If not, keep practicing.